Here we will study about the second dual space, or we call it bidual space or dual of dual. So these are the name which we will use for the second dual space. Now what is that second dual space? So first of all we will see its definition. So definition, we know that every vector space V possesses a dual space V star consisting of all linear functional on V. Now V star is what? This is also a vector space. Therefore it will also possesses dual space V star of star consisting of all linear functional on V star. This dual space of V star is called second dual space of V and denoted by V double star or V double dash. So this is the definition of second dual. Now what exactly it means? See, we have seen earlier that we have any vector space V. If it is a vector space, then it possesses a dual space. We are giving name it as V star. Now V star is what? V star is a set of all linear functional. Now we have also proved that V star is what? Our vector space. So if you forget star sign, or we call it as new vector. So if it is a vector space, then it will behave like a V only. So it has also a dual space. So we are saying that its dual space is what? V star is our new vector space, and its dual is what? Denoted by star. So it is a second dual. It's a dual space. Now this is what? This is the set containing all the linear functional on V star. Now this is the dual space of V star. If you see this, V has a dual space as V star. V star has a dual space as a V double star. So indirectly we can say that V has, or V double star is what? Dual space of, or we can say second dual of V. So we are using symbol as V double star or V double dash. So suppose this is vector space V. This satisfy all the axiom of, or all the condition of vector space. Now using this vector space, we have formed a new vector space. We are giving name as V star. V star is what? This is consisting of all linear functional Fn which are mapping from V to F. So this V is nothing but this V only. So we are forming this new set. So this is V star. We are saying that V star is nothing but the dual of V. Now we are forming a new set again, V double star. So this is what? V double star. So V star is dual space of V. So indirectly we can say that V double star is what? Second dual of V. So this is the definition of second dual space. Now we will see a theorem. Prove that every finite dimensional vector space V is isomorphic to its second dual. That means we have to prove that V is isomorphic to V star double star under an isomorphism which is independent of the choice of the basis in V. Or same theorem can be written in this way also. So sometime it is asked in exam in this way, or sometime they are directly given the statement. So when they are giving a statement, you have to formulate all the steps So you have to remember this for this theorem statement all the time. Now, according to the second statement of the theorem, let V be a finite dimensional vector space over the field F. If V is any vector in V, then function, we have a new function LV. We are giving name as LV on V star defined by LV of F is nothing but F of V only. For all F belongs to V star, this is a linear functional on V star. So first of all, we have to prove that this functional is what? Linear. That is LV belongs to V double star. Also, we have to prove that the V to LV mapping is an isomorphic of V into V double star. That is, we have to prove that V is isomorphic to V double star. So first of all, we will prove this, then we will prove the condition for the isomorphism of any two mapping. So let us start its proof. Proof. Here, if V belongs to V and F belongs to V star, then we have F of V is a unique element of F. Therefore, the correspondence LV defined by LV of F is equal to FV for all F belongs to V star. Suppose this is the equation number 1. This is a function from V star into F. So we are saying that we will form a new function, and we are saying that LV is our new function, but LV of F is nothing but F of V only. So this is the function from V star to F. See, we have seen earlier that F is a linear functional V to F. Now V star contain all the elements of F, and here we are forming new mapping. This is LV mapping. LV is a mapping from V star to F. So V is a vector space, V star is another vector space, and using this vector space we are forming new mapping which is LV. So LV is a mapping from V star to F. This is what LV of F is equal to F of V, defined in this way. So this is a function from V star into F. Let alpha and beta belongs to F, and since this contains F and G as element, see this mapping contain elements like a linear functional, so we can say that F and G belongs to V star. Then LV of alpha F plus beta G is equal to, this is defined as LV of F is equal to F of V. So from this, so this is equal to alpha F plus beta G of V by the condition 1, since it is defined in this way only. So from here we can write this alpha F of V plus beta G of V. Now this can be written as alpha F of V plus beta G of V. Now alpha remain as it is, but F of V is what? LV of F, and beta as it is. G of V is nothing but LV of G. This is again by 1. So LV of alpha F plus beta G is, we are getting in this way. So from this we can conclude this LV is what? LV is a linear functional on V star, and thus we can say that LV belongs to V double star. So if this is the linear functional on V star, then this is the element of V double star. Now to prove V and V are isomorphic, we will define a mapping. Now define a function. So we will define new function. Suppose this is the psi function, which is mapping from V into V double star by psi of V is equal to LV because we know that V contain element like V and V double star has elements like LV for all V belongs to V. Now to prove this, this is isomorphic. We have to prove three conditions. First of all, psi is 1 1, then psi is onto, then we have to prove that psi is a linear transformation. So first one, to prove that psi is 1 1, for any u comma v belongs to V, psi of u is equal to psi of v. So here we have definition of mapping, so we will use this condition to prove this mapping as 1 1, that if two images are equal then its elements are also equal. So psi of u is equal to psi of v, but psi of u is nothing but L of u and psi of v is what? L of v. So we can write Lu of f is equal to Lv of f, since our f belongs to v star, so we can write this. Now Lu of f is nothing but f of u and Lv of f is nothing but f of v. Again, f belongs to v star. If two images are equal, then we can say that their difference is what? Equal to 0. From this I can't say that if f of u and f of v are equal, then u and v is also equal. Why we can't say that? Because it is not is given that f is 1 1. So if f is 1 1 given, then we can write that if f of u is equal to f of v, then u is equal to 1, u is equal to v. But here it is not given that f is 1 1, so we can't write this. So here if images are equal, then their difference is also equal to 0. But we have a corollary that if, or before that, if this is, then we can write f of u minus v is not equal to 0. I can write this because f is a linear. So if f is linear, then I can write this. Now here we have image of f is image of u minus v is 0. Then we have a corollary, and according to that corollary we can say that u minus v is also equal to 0 by corollary. Here you have to write this corollary. As u minus v is equal to 0, then we can say that u is equal to v. So we have taken psi of u is equal to psi of v, and we are getting as u is equal to v. Therefore psi is what? 1 1. Now to prove that function, our mapping is onto, so second one, psi is onto, we have to prove. So for any Lv belongs to v double star, there exists v belongs to v such that psi of v is what? Lv. Hence psi is onto. Now for the third condition, we have to prove that psi is a linear transformation. So prove that psi is linear transformation, let alpha and beta belongs to f and u comma v belongs to v, then psi of alpha u plus beta v is nothing but L of alpha u plus beta v. Suppose this is the equation number 2. I can write this because my psi is defined in this way. Now for every f belongs to v star, L alpha u plus beta v of f is equal to f of alpha u plus beta v. This is what, since my f is linear, so I can write alpha times f of u plus beta times f of v. Again, f of u is nothing but L u of f, and beta fv is nothing but Lv of f. Here, since we have proved that Lu is a linear functional, therefore I can write alpha Lu of f plus beta Lv of f, because we have proved already that if any linear functional is a linear, and if we are multiplying any scalar to that functional, then resultant mapping is also a linear functional. So I can write this. Now from this I can write alpha LU plus beta LV of f is equal to, or L alpha u plus beta v is equal to alpha LU plus beta LV. So L alpha u plus beta v is equal to alpha LU plus beta v. Now hence psi of alpha u plus beta v is equal to alpha psi of u plus beta psi of v. By equation number 1 and 2 we can write this, or this is, see, this is nothing but psi of what? Alpha u plus beta v only. Here this is alpha, and L of u is what? Psi of u, and beta as it is L of v is what? Psi of v. So we can say that these two are equal. Therefore psi is a mapping from v to v double star is a linear functional, or sorry, it's a linear transformation, not a linear functional, it's a linear transformation. So we have proved here that psi is 1 1, psi is onto, and psi is linear functional. Hence psi is a mapping from v to v double star is isomorphism or isomorphic. Therefore v is isomorphic to v double star. So this is the proof. Now what we can conclude, that here we are saying that v and v star are isomorphic, and if v is finite then we can say that. So we have a note, dimension of v is equal to dimension of v double star. This will be equal whenever v is a finite dimensional. Now we will see one more theorem. This is the last theorem on this topic. Theorem, let v be a finite dimensional vector space over the field F. Each basis for V star is the dual base of for V. Proof. Here we are saying that V is a finite dimensional vector space, and each basis of V star is what? Second dual basis of V. That is, we are saying that V is set containing element V, V2 up to Vn. This is the basis for V, and we are saying another basis, this is V dash, F1, F2 up to Fn. So exactly what we are saying here, that F1, F2 and Fn is nothing but it is the dual basis of V, set of basis of V, that is the dual basis of this. So let B dash is equal to, so here we are saying that basis and dual basis. So first of all we will construct basis and dual basis. So B dash is F1, F2 up to Fn be a basis for V star. Then if this is the basis for B star, then there exists a dual basis, because we have studied earlier that if any set has a base, any vector space has basis, then it has a dual basis or it has a second basis. So if B dash is a basis for V star, then obviously it has dual basis. Suppose this is B double dash, and we know that next is all L. So if we say that B double dash has element like L1, L2 up to Ln, this is what? Dual basis of B dash. for V double star such that LIFJ is equal to delta Ij. So here we are defining that LIFJ is equal to what? Delta Ij. That means if I and j are equal, then it will be 1, otherwise it will be 0. So we can say that L1, F1, L2, F2, Ln, Fn is equal to 1, otherwise LIFJ is equal to 0. So we have theorem. By above theorem, for each I there is vector space, or sorry, there is a vector Vi belongs to V such that Li is nothing but L of Vi only, where LVI of F is equal to nothing but F of Vi for all F belongs to V star. So this is the equation number 2 and this is equation number 1. The correspondence V2LV is an isomorphism or is an isomorphism of V onto V double star. This we have proved earlier. Now, under an isomorphism, of a basis is mapped onto a basis. So what we want to say that if we are saying that we have an isomorphism between V to V double star, so if the mapping is isomorphic, then we can say that the bases are also mapped or bases are also isomorphic. So if bases are isomorphic, therefore B is equal to V1, V2 up to Vn is a basis for V, as B double dash is equal to L1, L2, Ln is a basis for V double star. So here we are saying that this is the isomorphism mapping. So if mapping is isomorphic, that means the bases are also isomorphic. So if B double dash is a basis for V star, then B is a basis for V. Now we prove that B dash is the dual basis of B. So it is only left, we have construct B dash, B double dash and B. So it is left only, we have to prove that B double dash is a dual basis of V. Now taking F is equal to Fj in equation 2, we get, see we have equation 2 as Li is equal to L of Vi, where L of Vi is of F is equal to F of Vi. So F I Vj this is Fj and this is Vi. So this is equal to Lvi of Fj, because it is defined Lv of F is equal to F of V. So if I am writing F of V, then this can be written as Lvi of Fj. Now Li, Vi is nothing but Lvi is equal to Li. If this is equal to, then I can write this Fj. But we know that Li Fj is nothing but delta Ij. So Fj Vi is equal to what? Delta Ij. So if this is true, then we can say that B dash is what? F1, F2 up to Fn is the dual of the set or of the dual basis B. Hence we have done our theorem. So in this theorem we are saying that if V is a finite dimensional, then each basis of V star is the second dual basis is the dual basis of V.